All right, everybody. I think most of the teams are here and present and playing. If anybody shows up late, that's okay too. Just go ahead and hop on in. You guys can get going as well. All right, so welcome to Kirkland Public Library's Trivia Night. If you weren't here earlier when I was talking, the theme for this evening is Imagine Your Story, which is our summer reading theme this year. If you haven't signed up for summer reading, you should definitely do that once we're done playing trivia tonight, because that's how you're going to win awesome prizes for this summer. There's gift cards for places all over Kirkwood. I know the one that I would really want to win the most is a gift card, actually for Miniature Market, which is a board game place if you haven't been there. But yeah, there's so many cool things with that, so you'll want to check it out. And with that, the theme is kind of centered around fairy tales, folk tales, mythology, and so all of our categories this evening are going to have kind of something to do with those topics. The way it's going to play out is we're going to have 4 rounds during the evening. Each round is going to have 10 questions with it, and you guys should have your little Google form that I emailed to you that you can fill out with all of your answers. Throughout the evening, you'll want to communicate with your team, talk about your answers. I'm going to do my best to go as slow as possible to give you guys time to talk and try and come up with the best guess. If I go too fast or you need more time, like I said, just go ahead and add your comments into the Twitch stream feed, and that way I'll see it and I'll know, okay, I got to slow down. Because if you know me, you know I talk really fast. So throughout the evening, you'll put in your answers, and at the end of each round, we'll go ahead and we'll let you guys know when it's time to go ahead and submit those answers to us. Once you do, we'll have one of our nifty people in the back go ahead and answer all of those, and then she will send me the scores, and I will update you guys with that as well. Let's see. Okay, thank you, Katie. Need permission to access the Google form. Oh, that's weird. Okay, let me go ahead and I'm gonna check on the Google form right now to make sure that it's working okay. That's a great question. While I'm doing that, if you guys want, go ahead and maybe just comment down a little chat box thing there with what you're reading this summer, and we will get started as soon as I make sure that the form is working okay for everybody. Mm-hmm. Okay, all right, sweet. So I think the form should be good now. If you haven't already, go ahead and try to re-upload the page, refresh it, and I think you should be good. So go ahead and double check that for me, and if it's all good to go, give us a thumbs up, let us know in the chat box, and then we'll get started. Okay, all right, it works. Beautiful, rock on. All right, so without further ado, let's get started with some trivia. All right, so as I said before, we're gonna have 4 rounds, 10 questions each. For our first round of the evening, we are going to be going over fairy tales. And by fairy tales, I am talking about your original classic fairy tales. Brothers Grimm, Hans Christian Andersen. So even though some of these questions may have answers in various forms based upon the adaptation or the Disney movie you were watching, the answers that we are looking for are going to be what the original story has and what it was. All right, so here we go. Question number 1. In the Grimm brothers' version of Cinderella, what does the prince put on the stairs the 3rd night of the ball to keep her from leaving? In the Grimm brothers' version of Cinderella, what does the prince put on the stairs the 3rd night of the ball to keep her from leaving? Alrighty, question number 2. Why did Rapunzel's parents have to give baby Rapunzel to the sorceress, Dame Gothel? Why did Rapunzel's parents have to give baby Rapunzel to the sorceress, Dame Gothel? All right, question number 3. How does the wolf in Little Red Riding Hood distract her so that he can reach her grandmother's house first? How does the wolf in Little Red Riding Hood distract her so that he can reach her grandmother's house first? Question number 4. What does Sleeping Beauty prick her finger on that sends her into an enchanted sleep? What does Sleeping Beauty prick her finger on that sends her into an enchanted sleep? Question number 5. What happens to the evil queen at the end of the Grimm Brothers fairy tale, Snow White? What happens to the evil queen at the end of the Grimm Brothers fairy tale, Snow White? All right, question number 6. How many days did the miller's daughter have to guess Rumpelstiltskin's name? How many days did the miller's daughter have to guess Rumpelstiltskin's name? Moving on to question number 7. In The Goose Girl, the princess has a talking animal named Falada that is killed by the evil servant. What is Falada? I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. I will warn you guys up front now. There's going to be a lot of names in this trivia night, and I'm going to do my best, and I try to look up most of them ahead of time. But knowing me, I will probably make mistakes, so please go easy on me when I do. All right. Question number 8. What does Jack trade for the magic beans in Jack and the Beanstalk? So we're looking for what is the thing that Jack trades in order to get the magic beans in Jack and the Beanstalk. All right, moving on to question number 9. Whose bed did Goldilocks fall asleep in? Whose bed did Goldilocks fall asleep in? All right, and to our final question for this round. In The Little Mermaid, the main character gives up her voice and tongue in exchange for human legs. But the legs also had another painful side effect. What was it? And I'll tell you guys right now, even though in the Disney movie, Ariel sings about how she can run if she has legs, on land, I'm telling you, the pain is not, in fact, going to be her soreness from running. I'll give that to you, that little helpful guess. In The Little Mermaid, the main character gives up her voice and tongue in exchange for human legs. But the legs also had another painful side effect. What was it? All right, and so with that, those are the 10 questions for this round. If you guys are ready to go, please go ahead and just submit those answers to us, and it's going to pop in a response form for us, and we're going to go through and we're going to grade them. If you need me to go through and repeat certain questions, I certainly can. I probably will just go ahead and go back through all of them one more time for everybody. And this should go, without being said, that we are playing this together online, so we are working with the honor system a little bit. This means that you should not be Googling the answers. Do not Google the answers. That's no fun. This is just trivia. We are here to have a good time. So just, if you don't know the answer, just give it your best guess. It's all right if you don't know it. If you really want, put a silly answer down. I'm sure Shannon, who is the one who's going to be going through all the answers and checking them, will get a good laugh if you guys put down some silly stuff for ones you don't know. So like I said, just go ahead when you guys are ready. Just go ahead and submit that form to us and we will receive your answers. Sweet, look at that. It looks like we already have 3 people who have submitted things in. That's great. And certainly, if you guys have any other technicality questions, like I said, just go ahead and put them in the stream chat, and then that way I'll know what needs to be done. Or you guys can let me know, how am I doing on speed? Am I talking too fast? Can you understand what I say? Am I talking too slow? Let me know your preference. Aw, thank you, Katie, for saying I'm doing fine. I appreciate that. All right. We're going to wait just for a little bit here. Going to give Shannon some time to go through and grade all those. But while we're here, I'm just going to go ahead and we'll do some shameless plugs for various things that are happening at the library this summer besides this awesome trivia night. So I'm going to go ahead and share with you all our teen events calendar for the month of June. If you guys didn't know, yes, we are still closed to the public right now, but we are doing our best to try and provide for you guys some awesome teen content while we are all away, tucked at home, being safe, and still wanting to hang out with our friends and do something cool. So you can look through this. If you see an event that you want to know more about, let me know, and maybe that's how we'll do this tonight. If there's one particular you're like, hey, I want to know more details about that thing, just comment in the stream and I'll go ahead and talk about it for a little bit. We certainly will have a couple of breaks in the evening while we're getting these scores updated. So yeah, whatever you guys want to talk about, I am excited for all of these events. I know Shannon's excited for her events as well that we've been planning. We miss you guys if you haven't figured it out. It's sad when the library is closed and we don't get to see you. Sweet. I think I'm going to be getting the scores here in shortly. I know you guys are waiting with anticipation. Sweet action. All right, guys. Get ready for this. The scores are going to be updated as we speak. Oh man, this is getting exciting. Ooh, all right. This first round, it's a pretty close game so far. Good thing that we have a few rounds to work with here. All right, let's see. It looks all right. I'm showing you guys the scores. Here we go. So far, in first place, we have the Athenians with 7. Tied for second is Holly Kabali. And okay, I'm thinking it's Ak Army. I'm so sorry if I mispronounce that. Just comment in the stream chat if I'm totally pronouncing that wrong. With 6, and then XFL Battlecast has 2. It's alright, XFL Battlecast. We have 3 more rounds you're going to catch up, and who knows, maybe you'll be the underdog of this entire operation. You'll come back and win the night. We will find out. This is an exciting game. All right, and with that, let's go over some of our answers from the last round. Ooh, all right. It's pronounced like atch, like the word patch. All right. I'll try and do my best the next time I pronounce your name. All right, so the answers from this last round. So the first question was our one about let's see, it was Cinderella running on the stairs, I believe. She got caught in some pitch. If you guys have seen or the musical Into the Woods, I think that's a part of it. And in fact, a lot of the answers to these questions you probably would know if you've seen Into the Woods. So if you didn't know the answers and you're like, wow, I wish I did, for the next trivia night where I have that question, go and watch Into the Woods. It'll help. And the second one, too, is Into the Woods. Who knew that Rapunzel was, in fact, a type of salad green? I did not know that until this trivia night. So you always are learning here, always learning. Oh, great question, K Central. So, yes, you will go ahead and on your form, it'll say submit another response. Yes, you want to go ahead and submit another response for this next round. And that's how you will update it each time and keep it nice and easy here. For number 3, the one about Little Red Riding Hood, the wolf convinces her to pick flowers for her grandmother. Of course, we all know Sleeping Beauty. She pricks her finger on a spindle. And man, this one is pretty grim for the Snow White tale, which makes sense since it's a Brothers Grimm story. That the evil queen is forced to wear a pair of red-hot iron slippers and dance until she drops dead. Man, that would be a way to go. For the number of days for Rumpelstiltskin, it's 3. For the Goose Girl, Falada, which again, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, it's a horse. For Jack and the Beanstalk, he had to trade his family cow, which makes me so sad. And Into the Woods, his name is Milky White, and I love Milky White with a passion. And then finally, the other painful side effect for our poor little mermaid is she constantly feels like she is walking on sharp knives. Big yikes. That was a hard one. I would not have known the answer myself for that. All right, and here we go. Let's head into our next round. So teams, get prepared because now we're doing Greek mythology. And this is the point where I feel like all of you Percy Jackson fans out there are screaming with excitement. So again, keep in mind, I try to write down how to pronounce some of these things. But if I mispronounce it, please don't hate on me too hard. I'm doing the best I can with these names. All right, here we go with question number 1. Orpheus went into the underworld to rescue who? Orpheus went into the underworld to rescue who? Question number 2. What was left in Pandora's box after she released misery and evil? What was left in Pandora's box after she released misery and evil? Question number 3. Name one of Hercules' 12 labors. Name one. All right. Question number 4. Who ferries the dead across the river Styx? Who ferries the dead across the river Styx? I have to let you guys know I'm trying to do my best not to give too much funny commentary throughout these questions. I'm trying to keep it very serious for you all because I know you guys are taking this seriously. I was about to make a silly joke about the 80s band Styx, but then I realized that maybe most of you don't know who Styx are. I mean, I didn't know who they were until my dad told me about them. So anyway, I'll try to keep it to a limit. I know I'm not the best comedian out there. I'll try to keep it serious, keep it focused on the game. Question number 5. What was Medusa, and what happened if you gazed into her eyes? So this is a two-parter question here. You have to get both of them to get the answer. What was Medusa, and what happened if you gazed into her eyes? I really do love this image of Medusa. It brings out her good side. All right, question number 6. Who was queen of the underworld and wife of Hades? Who was queen of the underworld and wife of Hades? Moving on to question number 7. Name 2 of the 12 gods that resided on Mount Olympus. So again, this is a two-parter. You have to have 2 names correct out of 12 for the gods. But again, I have a feeling you Percy Jackson fans are not going to have any difficulty with this one. You probably could name all 12. And if you really want to show off your team and how smart they are, feel free to put all 12 down, but you only need to have 2. Question number 8. How long did it take Odysseus to get back to Ithaca after the Trojan War? How long did it take? All right, moving on to question number 9. Helen of Troy was the daughter of Leda and who? Helen of Troy was the daughter of Leda and who? Alrighty. And now we're going to move on to our last question of this round. Number 10. And here we go. This is where I have to bring out my note card of pronunciation, so please don't make fun of me. So, what were Calliope, Clio, Irito, Euterpe, Melpomene, Polyhemia, Terpsichore, Thalia, Urania? What were they? And I'm sure somewhere out there, one of you knows how to pronounce all these names absolutely perfectly. And I just appreciate you so much for being able to do that without having to even attempt to pronounce them or write them down. You guys are awesome for your knowledge. And the next time that the library is open and I get to see you guys again, I hope you come up to me in the teen room and say, hey, Shannon, remember when you tried to pronounce all these names and then just list them out for me? And I'll be like, yep, I remember that time. What good times. All right. So at this point in time, you can go ahead and you can submit your answers for this round. If you need me to go back and repeat a certain question, please let me know. I'm happy to do so. I can go through all of them again real fast for you to see one more time, in case you have any that you didn't have answered in your blanks. Question number 1, Orpheus went into the underworld to rescue who? Question number 2, what was left in Pandora's box after she released misery and evil? Question number 3, name one of Hercules' 12 labors. Question number 4, who ferries the dead across the river Styx? Question number 5, what was Medusa and what happened if you gazed into her eyes? Yes, we're talking about those beautiful eyes that you see in this photo. Question number 6, who was Queen of the Underworld and wife of Hades? Question number 7, name 2 of the 12 gods that resided on Mount Olympus. Question number 8, how long did it take Odysseus to get back to Ithaca after the Trojan War? Question number 9, Helen of Troy was the daughter of Leda and who? And here we go, question number 10, what were Calliope, Clio, Irito, Euterpe, Melpomene, Polyhemia, Terpsichore, Thalia, and Urania? Go ahead and submit those answers to us. Let's see if we got them all. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, you guys are so fast. You guys are good at this. Dang, I'm so used to trivia nights where, like, people usually take, like, 5 minutes, or maybe it's just my team. We oftentimes scramble when we're playing to be like, I hope we need more time to answer all these questions, and it takes us, like, 5 minutes, like, every round, I feel like, to do it. But then again, maybe you guys are just way smarter than we are, and you guys just know this stuff. Ooh, all right, some questions in the feed. One of my team members asked if you could murder mystery trivia. Like, I'm kind of confused by that, so you might have to explain a bit more your concept here, but I am intrigued. So are you curious if, like, we could ask trivia questions about like murder mystery stories, like famous ones, or like murder mystery movies or things like that, like classic whodunits? Or are you wondering if we could do some sort of like virtual murder mystery type of deal? Let me know your thoughts. I am intrigued by this, and I do love a good murder mystery. I did do a virtual one with my friends not too long ago, and we had a good time. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to update your scores, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to go ahead and share with you once again those calendar of events. And like I said, if there's a certain event that you see on here that looks interesting and you want to know more about, please feel free to comment in the chat. Or maybe perhaps there's an event that you've been to back in May. Please go ahead and you can comment that as well to let us know if other teams should come to it, if it was a great time. I'm almost there, guys. I also have to do some math here, and as you guys know, it's summertime, so math sometimes is not in the front of the brain. Actually, I am curious though, now that I said that, is math in the front of the brain? If you happen to know at home where the math part of your brain is actually located, like the specific area, if you could name the brain part too, that'd be pretty awesome. But let me go ahead. I wonder if I can share with you this score for this round and then also add it up. We're going to try some cool tech things here. So here is the scores for this round, and I'm going to see if I can go ahead and do some updating. I think I should be able to. Well, I don't know what that weird thing is. I'll fix that for the next round. All right. So now, as you can see by the updated scores and the weird things that are happening with the graphics there, we have Holly Kabali with 10 points. The Athenians coming out in the lead with 16. We have Atch Army with 11, and we have XFL Battlecast with 6. Don't worry, XFL Battlecast, I believe in you. You are going to make this. You are going to come out on top in the end. I believe in the underdog. All right. So with that, are you guys ready? Let's do this. Let's go into our next round here. Oh wait, first I got to give you the answers. How can I not give you the answers? You guys are probably dying to know for any of the ones that you missed. I'm sure especially the Athenians are dying. So with that, our answers for who does Orpheus go to save? If you guys are fans of Hadestown out there like I am, if you watched the two Shannon's vlog a couple weeks ago, I know at least some of you out there who are watching did, you would probably know that answer because it's Eurydice. Ugh, So good. So good. The last thing that was left in Pandora's box after she took out all those terrible things was hope. And here we have a long list of the different things that you could have put down for Hercules. I also went ahead and attempted to write these down. So if you had the Nemean lion, the Lernaean hydra, the Cyrenian hind, the Arimathean boar, the Augean stables? Oh dear, I don't know about that one. Let's see. There was the Stymphalian birds, the Cretan bull, the mares of Diomedes, the belt of Hippolyta. Oh, I always get that one wrong. The cattle of Geryon, the golden apples of the Hesperides, or Cerberus. Down. He had to retrieve them. And I actually did watch this really cute video when I was looking these things up to try to learn how to pronounce them, where someone did a TED Talk and they recreated all of these things in like an 8-bit form, like cartoon. It was really sweet. You should definitely look it up. You will enjoy it, maybe. I don't know. For who ferries the dead across the river Styx, that would be Charon. I almost pronounced that wrong. Or this video said if you want to be pretentious about it, it would be Heron, and the C is silent, or Heron, I don't know, it was some interesting pronunciation. For Medusa, she was a Gorgon, and if you stared into her lovely eyes, no, you did not fall in love, you would turn into stone. Some say she was a stone-cold killer. Alright, well, I thought that was a funny joke. For who is the wife of Hades? Again, if you are a fan of Hadestown or a fan of Lore Olympus like I am, then you would know that it was Persephone. And then for all of the gods, you only need to have 2 of these, but we have Zeus, Hera, Poseidon, Demeter, Aphrodite, Athena, Apollo, Artemis, Ares, Hephaestus, oh, and that one always gets me too, Hermes, and Hestia. Let's see, for number 8. What was number 8? I don't remember. It's 10 years. 10 years. I'm going to go back and cheat and find it. Well, it's not cheating because I have it all. Oh, yeah. How long did it take Odysseus? It was 10 years. For number 9, we got Zeus in Swanee form. And then finally, all of those things that were really hard to pronounce were muses. All right. And with that, let's go into our third round, which is my favorite round of the night because it is fantasy fandoms. Woohoo! Pop culture, which I feel like I'm fairly decent at. And I'm excited because while the lovely Shannon, who's working behind the scenes, wrote all of our questions for tonight, definitely give her a shout out. She did an amazing job at all of this. I wrote 2 of the questions, the 2 Doctor Who questions. So if you find fault with those, please send all complaints to me, and I will take the brunt of it. All right, so teams assemble, and here we go with fantasy fandoms. Question number 1. Who poses as Madai Moody, Harry Potter's 4th-year defense against the dark arts teacher? Who poses as Madai Moody, Harry Potter's 4th-year defense against the dark arts teacher? Question number 2. How does Harry catch his first snitch? How does Harry catch his first snitch? How does Harry catch his first snitch? Question number 3. What is the name of the inn where Aragorn meets the Hobbits? I suddenly had the impulse to try to start singing one of the scores from Lord of the Rings. I won't do it because I know you guys didn't come here to listen to me sing. That's for the karaoke night that conveniently got canceled. You know, it was going to be the greatest teen program where everyone just comes and listens to me sing. Oh well, it's alright. We can't do everything here. But question number 3. What is the name of the inn where Aragorn meets the Hobbits? Question number 4. The only way to destroy the Ring of Power is to throw it into the fires of what? The only way to destroy the Ring of Power is to throw it into the fires of what? Moving on to question number 5. What color is Mace Windu's lightsaber? What is the color? Oh man. Look at all these emojis. All right, moving on to question number 6. What odds does C-3PO give Han Solo for successfully navigating the asteroid field? What odds does C-3PO give Han Solo for successfully navigating the asteroid field? What odds does C-3PO give Han Solo for successfully navigating the asteroid field? Moving on to question number 7. For a Doctor Who question, in the episodes The Empty Child and The Doctor Dances, a little boy appears in a gas mask saying what iconic phrase? In the episodes The Empty Child and The Doctor Dances, a little boy appears in a gas mask saying what iconic phrase? Yeah, this episode definitely got to me when I watched it the first time. It definitely is a little bit spooky, but I love it. It's definitely one of my all-time favorites after watching them all. Question number 8. What odd alien species from Doctor Who has tentacles on their face, holds a glowing orb, and communicates telepathically? What odd alien species from Doctor Who has tentacles on their face, holds a glowing orb, and communicates telepathically? Ooh, is Doctor Who my favorite show? You know, I change my favorite shows from time to time. And for a good chunk of college, yeah, Doctor Who is my favorite. I had a ton of Doctor Who themed apparel, and actually, I still have a TARDIS dress in my closet that sometime I'll pull out and wear again. But I had like a ton of posters, and I used to be able to. I had memorized and was able to recite every single Doctor Who episode by title in order. So if you gave me an episode, I'd be like, oh yeah, that's this episode number in this season. At least in the new Who. I don't know classic Who as well. But yeah, I need to go back and restudy those again since there's a few more seasons since the last time it came out. But I love Doctor Who and I appreciate the world of it. But moving on to question number 9 for those of you who don't want to hear me rant about Doctor Who. In Guardians of the Galaxy, what 3 items does Rocket claim he needs in order to escape the prison? In Guardians of the Galaxy, what 3 items does Rocket claim he needs in order to escape the prison? So this is another 3-part question. So the best of luck to name the 3 things that Rocket needs in order to escape the prison. And for the final question of this round, how many Infinity Stones are there? So how many Infinity Stones were there? All right, and with that, go ahead. Please submit your answers for this round. Do you guys want me to go ahead and do what I did last time where I repeated all of the questions one more time? Or do you feel like you got them the first time, that I was slow enough that you were able to catch them? Oh yeah, I think you guys probably caught these because you guys are just bam, bam, bam. You got these questions in. Wow, I am always impressed with how fast you guys are. It is incredible. All right, so as Shannon behind the scenes goes ahead and completes the number totals for this round, I will go ahead and I'm going to talk about, again, the calendar and things that are coming up. And since nobody has requested that I talk about a specific thing, I will just go ahead and choose my own thing to talk about here. So, I'm going to talk about the Teen Advisory Board, I think, since we were talking earlier about cool programming ideas. So the Teen Advisory Board at our library, pretty much what happens is we meet once a month in order to talk about things like programming and events, and things that teens actually want to see happen. Because obviously, we could spend all of our time planning things, but if you guys don't like the stuff we plan, then it's no point of us doing it. And we like to plan things that you guys want to come to. We are here for you. So if you have an interest in sharing your ideas about things that you'd like us to do this summer, maybe you guys have opinions about the book collection that we have at the library, and you think, hey, we need more copies of this book for this reason, or hey, why don't you guys have this at the library? Why don't you guys have this game at the library? Hey, you should come to Tab and you should let us know, because our job is to make sure your voices get heard at Kirkland Public Library. And I love always seeing you guys and getting your input for things, because you guys come up with super creative things that I never would have thought of. And I mean, who better to suggest ideas than to have you guys, the teens, suggest them? So yeah, if anybody's interested in such things, or maybe you need some more service hours, and with a lot of places being closed right now, it's harder to get service hours for things. Well, guess what? Coming to the Teen Advisory Board can count for those service hours, because you guys are doing a huge service for us here at the library. So make sure, if you guys are interested, if you guys love these trivia nights, we'll take note of that now. And if you guys want to have more of an active role, just go to our website, sign up to attend our Teen Advisory Board, and we'll give you the contact information for the Zoom meeting. And we're going to have a good time planning some things for July, hopefully, together. And I would love to see all of your faces there, because you guys are all brilliant people, obviously, because you're at a trivia night. All right, I think the scores are coming in here. So if you need to right now, I'm going to update these scores here, make it look pretty. And if you guys need to, go ahead, grab a drink, run to the bathroom, grab a snacky, and then we'll get started on our next round once I have updated the scores. Alrighty, folks. I'm going to have the scores up here in 1 second. I got to try and make it look a little bit nicer. Perfect. All right, here we go. Here are the scores from that round. So it looks like in round 3, the Athenians seem to come on top again. Wow, you guys are doing great this round. Followed very, very closely by Holly Kabali. Man, you're so close, Holly. You're going to get this. I know it. And Atch Army, it's all right. Pop culture isn't for everybody. But hopefully, this next round, it's going to be your thing. And don't worry, XFL Battlecast, I'm still rooting for you. You're my favorite underdog team. Absolutely. Oh man, whoever's doing the reading, thank you. That is Shannon. So, okay, if you guys haven't figured it out yet, or you didn't know, there's 2 Shannons who work as teen librarians at Kirkland Public Library. So we have Shannon with 1 N who's doing the reading, and then we have Shannon with 2 N's in the middle of her name, who is doing all the awesome behind-the-scenes action for us. So thank you very much. It's very, very kind. But okay, so going into this last round, guys, the Athenians have 23. So it's okay. You still play your hardest. There are still questions to be had, and I am excited for this last round just as much as all of the other rounds. But first, without further ado, let's go over our answers from the last round. So, with that, for the first one, who is impersonating Madai Moody? It's none other than Barty Crouch Jr. Sorry if you guys haven't read Harry Potter 4. That's a spoiler for you. I should have given you that warning. The book is still worth reading. Harry Potter 4 might be my favorite. It's definitely the one I've reread the most. For how does Harry catch the snitch? If you remember in the epic Quidditch match, it's in his mouth. And they think he's going to throw up, but it turns out, nah. It just went into his mouth like flying and catching a fly in your mouth or a bug. The name of the inn that Aragorn stopped by is called the Prancing Pony, which I'm sure somewhere in the United States or somewhere in the world, they have such a place where you can go and eat food or stay at called the Prancing Pony. I sure hope so. For the ring where you need to cast the Ring of Power into in order to be destroyed, it is Mount Doom. For Mace Windu's lightsaber, it is indeed the color purple, which for those of you who are not super into Star Wars, I probably would have guessed either, red or green or blue, which are the ones I see, I feel like, all the time. But nah, he's got a purple lightsaber. It's pretty cool. For the odds, there's no way I was ever going to guess this one, but it's 3,720 to 1. Maybe some of you out there gave a random guess and figured that out. If so, good work. That is hard. For the Doctor Who episode with the child in the gas mask, he goes, "Are you my mummy?" And then he says that throughout the episode, and it's very creepy, but it's really awesome. So if you guys are curious about more of that content, check out Doctor Who Season 1, and you will not be disappointed. And then for question number 8, who are the people from Doctor Who with the tentacles on their face and the glowing orb who speak telepathically? They are the Ood. They're my favorite creatures. They're funny little dudes with tentacles, and they're so great. There's a video somewhere on YouTube called Ood dancing or something like that, and it's like Doctor Who dancing to like the song 500 Miles. It is hilarious. Doctor Who fans, definitely go check that out. For the 3 things that Rocket needs in order to escape, he needs a security band, a battery, and a prosthetic leg. Though I think that last one was just a joke in the movie. I'm pretty sure it was, if I remember correctly. And for the last one, for the Infinity Stones, it was 6, which might be misleading if you were thinking 5 because of the gauntlet he wears, but there are in fact 6, not 5. Okay, and so here we go, folks. Let us head into the final round of the evening. And for this final round, the category is Creatures of Legend. So you cryptozoologists out here are going to enjoy this final round. This one is dedicated to you because all of the answers are going to be various creatures from legends or mythology or folklore, whether it's in the United States or around the world. So here we go. Question number 1. What creature did Theseus kill in the labyrinth? What creature did Theseus kill in the labyrinth? What creature did Theseus kill in the labyrinth? Question number 2. In medieval times, what kind of person was it said that could trap a unicorn? Who could trap a unicorn? I gotta say, I love that tapestry. Man, I wish I had that to hang up in my room. Just look at that unicorn. So majestic. All right, time for question number 3. What creature, whose name in Spanish means goat sucker, was first reported seen in Puerto Rico? What is the actual... Oh no, sorry, I skipped ahead. What is the name of our goat sucker? I actually knew the answer to this thanks to a Scooby-Doo movie I saw once. All right, and now we're going to move on to question number 4. The griffin has the head and wings of an eagle, but what kind of animal makes up its back half? Part eagle, part what? All right, let's move on to question number 5. What Japanese creature has an unnaturally long nose as its most distinguishing feature? And no, I'm sorry, folks, it is not Pinocchio. That is not the answer here. I'll give that one to you. What Japanese creature has an unnaturally long nose as its most distinguishing feature? But now that I say it's not Pinocchio, I'm kind of curious if maybe somewhere along the line in stories, or there's maybe been an adaptation or something where this creature was a Pinocchio. That'd be an interesting retelling. If it doesn't exist, somebody out there, you can take that idea and write a story. I'll read it. All right, let's move on to question number 6. What is the Ouroboros? Ouroboros? I always pronounce that one wrong or weird. But that's okay, that's why we also have it written down, in case I mispronounce things. What is the Ouroboros? Though it looks like Ouroboros. I'm sure that's probably how I mispronounce it all the time. All right, moving on to question number 7. A selkie is a creature that can change from what to what by shedding its skin. So this is a 2-part answer. You have to say what a selkie is and then what it can change into by shedding its skin. I feel like this was a concept in one of the issues for the Lumberjanes graphic novels and comics. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's like a whole issue about this. So maybe if you guys have read Lumberjanes, you know the answer to this one. Actually, in general, if you read Lumberjanes, you probably know the answers to a lot of these. They have a lot of cool cryptids in it. So a selkie is a creature that can change from what to what by shedding its skin. All right, question number 8. What were the names, or are the names, of the 2 mystical ravens associated with the Norse god Odin? And in case, you need a hint, just look at their faces in that image there. It really says everything. It's practically written in their feathers. But actually, don't strain too hard to look to see if it's written in their feathers, because it's not. That was just a joke. What are the names of the 2 mystical ravens associated with the Norse god Odin? All right, moving on to question number 9. In Persian mythology, the manticore is a hybrid of what 3 animals? So again, this is a 3-parter question. You have to get all 3 to get it right. In Persian mythology, the manticore is a hybrid of what 3 animals? Okay, and moving into our final question of the night. Oh, so sad. Our final question is, what legendary creature is associated with rebirth and renewal? What legendary creature is associated with rebirth and renewal? And I'm going to throw it out here and say I love this image because in the upper left-hand corner is one of my favorite cryptids, the jackalope. It's so noble. Again, another creature that I was introduced to thanks to Scooby-Doo. What legendary creature is associated with rebirth and renewal? All right, and so with that is the end of this round. Since I know some people need us to go back a bit, I'll go back and I will repeat questions 7 through 10 again for our viewers who are a little bit behind. So question number 7 was, a selkie is a creature that can change from what to what by shedding its skin. Question number 8 is, what are the names of the 2 mystical ravens associated with the Norse god Odin? And question number 9, in Persian mythology, the manticore is a hybrid of what 3 animals? And then question number 10, what legendary creature is associated with rebirth and renewal? And for any teams out there that need me to repeat other questions, just let us know. No rush, we got this underway, because I can always talk about other cool things that are happening with the library. So let me look and see if we've gotten any answers in for this round. It looks like we sure do. Nice. Yep, we will make sure that everybody has them in. Oh, sweet. Yeah, I think maybe everybody does. Sweet action. Okay. Well, with that, I'm going to let Shannon behind the scenes calculate up our scores. Doo-doo-doo. And I will add them to the totals for round 4 and let you know what the total end score is. But like I said, before we go into that, first I'm going to talk about another thing that's coming up relatively soon. So as you all know, there are 2 Shannons behind the scenes operating this lovely trivia night. And if you enjoy listening to me talk, I can probably guarantee that you will also enjoy listening to other Shannon talk. And so the 2 of us actually do have a talk show that we started up last month here on Twitch that we'll be doing so far once a month, where we just go back and forth and we talk about various things that we're reading, watching, or listening to. And so if you're interested in tuning into that, that is going to be on Tuesday, June 16th at 7 p.m. as well. So feel free to tune in. You can always ask us questions on there, just like you're doing tonight. Perhaps you can also recommend some things that you also have been reading or watching or listening to. It's a very fun time, really casual, cool hangout. And like I said, I think Shannon and I are interested in some pretty cool topics, so I think you guys might enjoy that as well. Oop, and it looks like on my end, we might be getting in the final scores for this evening. All right, so here I go. Time to do the math. And while I'm calculating this out, go ahead and maybe comment in the stream chat. What were some of your favorite questions from this evening? All right, I have the final scores, but before I reveal to you all what the final scores are for the evening, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show my face again. So I wanted to let you guys know that even though we did not promote any prizes for this trivia night, surprise, there are going to actually be prizes for this evening. First off, our winning team for the evening is, in fact, each member of the winning team will receive a $5 gift card to Andy's, so you can go get your treat on this summer. However, because we are super thankful to have you guys all here playing trivia, and we want you guys to show off that you attended this program and that you guys are just so smart, we are going to be giving everyone who participated tonight a t-shirt with the summer reading theme on it. If you see, I'm actually here, I can stand up, I guess, and show you guys. It has this cool dragon on it with a book. I know, it's too cool. But if you are interested in getting that t-shirt, and if you are the winning team, obviously, we're going to need to be able to reach out to you to let you know when you're going to be able to come to the library and pick up those prizes, which will be curbside pickup. So with that, if you guys want, everybody can go ahead. I should have most of your emails, but if for some reason, like if you're on a team of 6 and you've had one person who's been the one corresponding with us throughout the evening giving us the email, either feel free to right now within the Google form to put everyone's emails in that way, or if you need to, just have like your team captain who signed you up for this evening go ahead and send us an email to the email that I sent to them with the instructions for this evening. And that's how we can go ahead and we can get you guys your t-shirts. As as well as go ahead and you can let us know what size of t-shirt that you are, because I know it's really cool and you want to make sure that it fits, and so we'll try our best to give you guys a size that's close to your size as best as possible. All right, but okay, with that, it is time to reveal the final scores for the evening and the winning team. And believe it or not, I think this was a relatively close match, especially considering that I know some of you at home are playing by yourselves, which if you were playing by yourself and you did this well, kudos to you, because I probably would not do as well as you guys did this evening. Okay, so even though you guys cannot, communicate with me necessarily with a drum roll, I'm going to do a drum roll on my own in the spirit of excitement to reveal our scores for the evening. And with that, we have the Athenians coming on top with first place at 30 points. They stood solid, especially in that second round, which led them probably to get an edge over most of the other teams this evening. However, if you look, everybody else did an amazing job, and it was a close game. Holly Kabali came in with 20. Atch Army came in with 21, and XFL Battlecast came out with 18. Wow, guys, that's a very close game and very exciting. And like I said, everybody here, you guys did such a good job with this. We definitely had a great time playing with you all. You guys can go ahead and contact us in order to give us your shirt size, as well as your email. Like I said, you can give us your email through the Google form if you haven't already this evening. Or if you haven't done it this evening, you can go ahead and you can give it either to your team captain to submit in Google form or to just send us an email with that. So that way we know all of your sizes and such. And for our winning team, go ahead and respond the same way. And we're going to make sure we get to you guys those $5 gift cards for Andy's, so you guys can all go get some ice cream and enjoy yourselves. All right. So with that, that is our trivia night for the evening. I hope that you guys have had fun with this. I hope you guys tune back for more. Like I said, if you want to give your feedback, either comment in here. We're taking note you guys had fun this evening playing this. We love that murder mystery trivia idea. We have plenty of other programs. I'll go ahead and throw that up here one more time in case any of you would like to attend some of them. We do have some awesome D&D things happening this month. Shannon's going to show us how to make your own D&D tiles from home with simple supplies. So that is going to be so much fun. That one you don't have to tune into for a certain time. It's just going to be streaming on all our different various platforms. We got our awesome teen advisory board. We also are going to have D&D 101, so maybe you guys had some questions about D&D or want to learn maybe how it's done, how do you do a character sheet, what is it all about? You can tune in and meet up for that, and Shannon's going to answer all of your questions. We're going to have art club happening this next month, which I will be leading. I'm super excited to have some awesome art prompts ahead of time, and even if you are terrible at drawing, it's okay. All art levels are welcome at it. We are all improving together and just hanging out. We have the awesome vlog with Shannon and I, where we'll talk about various things that we've read, watched, or listened to. We're also going to have a virtual pride party that will be happening towards the end of this month. It's going to be a good time of 2 hours of fun. We'll probably have some crafts. Maybe we'll do some more trivia at that as well, actually. Maybe some other games, who knows? And then we're actually going to have a D&D session with Shannon later this month if you guys want to jump in and play on that. If you guys are anime weebs out there, we're going to be having an anime club at the end of the month. We're going to do an anime tasting. So if you've ever been to a book tasting, you know it's where you kind of get a sampling of various different books and genres. At this anime tasting, we'll go ahead and we'll just kind of taste out different genres of anime and maybe some shows that you might want to consider watching this summer. And then also, finally but not least, throughout the month of June on our blog, which I'll also post to our Instagram page and it'll be on social medias and such, we're going to have digital escape rooms that we're going to be posting. So you and your friends can get together and try to escape the rooms through, and it's kind of done through Google Forms like you did tonight. So it's a lot of fun and it's easy. You guys can do that whenever you want with your friends. All right, so with that That's it. That's all I got for you this evening. Thank you so much for coming tonight, and we look forward to seeing you guys soon. Congratulations.